And good morning, everyone. Welcome back to NeelyFX. My name is Michael Neely, and this is the channel where I talk about foreign exchange trading, prop firm trading, creating expert advisors for the MetaTrader 4, MetaTrader 5 platforms, and just in general becoming a better trader and sharing it with you so you can become a better trader. So we've got a lot of things to talk about today, a lot of economic events taking place, one of them happening in about 20 minutes, 25 minutes, something like that. We need to kind of get on it this morning. Running a little bit late because it's had some things to take care of today. Before I jumped on here, and here we go. Let's see. First, since we're going to be first, it's Wednesday. Did I spell it right? Yeah, Wednesday, June the 17th, and it is the first day of the rest of your trading career, the rest day of your life. How about that? So we've got a lot of things to talk about today. Let's go ahead and get to it. First, we're talking about putting money at risk, and you need to know about these risks. So we're going to go with something like this. First, you need to know about the risks, and here they are. This channel is for educational and entertainment purposes only and does not constitute trading or financial advice. I'm a professional trader, not a broker, trading my own capital. I do not solicit funds, manage client accounts, nor do I hold CFTC or NFA registration. Forex trading is highly speculative with a high risk of losing some or all of your investment capital. Only trade with funds you can comfortably afford to lose. And here's the CFTC risk disclosure. Forex trading carries a high degree of risk and may not be suitable for all investors. The high degree of leverage can work against you as well as for you. Before trading Forex, consider your investment objectives, experience, and risk appetite. You could sustain a loss of some or all of your investment capital. And so with that, let's go ahead and get into what we're going to be talking about today. First, let's talk about me some more. Here are the expert advisors that I have online right now. We have the Bollinger Band and RSI Mean Reversion Pro and Bollinger Band RSI Mean Reversion Pro for MetaTrader 5. Feel free to download these. They're available for free download, so you can put your own settings in there and decide if you want to purchase or not. If you think it's going to be good for your trading. They work for my trading. They don't trade as much as I would like for them to, but then that's the half the battle of being a trader is you don't go in there and just trade every day because there's sometimes you're not going to get a trade. And if the markets are just meandering back and forth, if the big guys are just sitting there playing around and getting 5 pips here, selling 5 pips there, and stuff like that, that is not the market for the average retail trader to trade. And by the way, if you are not under a I've seen a lot of people in chat rooms saying, "Oh, I'm an institutional trader." Institutional traders are not allowed by their employer to get into chat rooms. So, I've met a couple of institutional traders with Goldman Sachs at the Atlanta office many years ago, and he was not able to talk about anything except I trade with Goldman Sachs. That's it. They do not. They're under very, very strict because they make a lot of money, and they're under very strict rules about what they can say to the public and what they can't say to the public because it could be misconstrued and put Goldman Sachs at risk. So believe me, if you're running into an institutional trader in a chat room, he's not an institutional trader. I promise. He's a retail trader pretending to be an institutional trader and I'm not even sure there are institutional traders anymore. I think a lot of it is done by Algard these days. But at any rate, that's my rant on that. So enough of that. Let's take a look at what we have here. Oh, here's the economic calendar right here on tradingforexforprofit.com. This morning we have core retail sales coming out, the month to month, and I think there's something else too coming out at 8:30. But it's the year to year for core retail sales. I didn't put that one in. And then today we have the Fed funds rate, and I'm seeing something else taking place too. The FOMC economic projections. So we're actually going to have economic projections coming out from the Fed now. So that's going to be interesting. And I would hang out for the till after the press conference to actually get into that trade, to play that trade. We're expecting a hold at 3.75%, and all the markets are very quiet today because of that. So do want to look at something else real quick. This might be vanity, but hey, whatever. It's whatever it works. Oh, that's the dashboard. I don't want that. Let's go back to the public site and go over here and see what the market pulse says. I have not updated it yet this morning to got it and played with the code at all, But let's see what it says. I've got a, I need to put a thing in here telling what this string is, because it's neutral is at -6 right now. Is what it's calling it, neutral. And then I'll check it against something else in just a second. This is also me doing this is incorrect. The Japanese yen being on the very bottom. I think I have too much placed in here, or too much weight placed from the interest rates on these various currencies. I think I need to have a separate interest rate page. So I'm just making other changes that need to be done right now. And interest rates can be found at, I don't think I need an API for that. So I'm just talking out loud. So with that, let's go ahead and get into markets. Oh, let's talk about something else too. Here is my new, oh, that's not it. This is the Audacity Capital June Traders Cup competition. I will not have a prop firm challenge with them this month, because I don't know why, but they're having payment issues, accepting payments. So I will be doing it with FXIFY. Here's my new trading account here. It's a $10,000 account. As you can see, it's a demo account. We'll see if we can't make this profitable and get to becoming a successful prop firm trader, making money. So that's what I like to do, because making money is fun, and also it helps you buy stuff. Let's see. So with that, let's go ahead and get into the, just to check the calendar. I'm going to come over here too and see. So here we got the FOMC statement, and then as well as FOMC projections. And then, oh yeah, New Zealand has their GDP today. I'm not a Kiwi trader, so I'm not going to put that one in there. And also, the Great British Pound had their, the British had their CPI numbers, and they came out lower than expected, which is good. Inflation's going down in Great Britain. Everybody likes that. And then we'll have, core retail sales and retail sales coming out a little bit later. And President Trump's going to talk. Great. So we've got a whole bunch of stuff going on today. With that, 85,000 traders online. How about that? So today's Wednesday's a big trading day. We'll see what happens. Risk on riskoff-o-meter. So we've got here. It's saying it's 41 in a neutral, which is about the same as the same market sentiment as my little doodad at 0.6. So I like that. Let's see if we can make it a little bit more refined. We are working on refining the things at tradingforexforprofit.com, but it's going to be a slow haul. What else? And market sentiment. Let's see what's going on here. See, here's where we differ. The Japanese yen is on top here, followed by the US dollar, which means the trade is still hanging in there. And that's also with a whole bunch of stuff, with all the rest of them following. New Zealand on the bottom, British pound on the bottom, euro on the bottom. Well, let's see, let's skip that, and now let's take a look at what's going on in the markets today. So here we are, we're at the US 10 yield right here. We have the US 10 coming down to, it's holding it below 4.5%, so that is very good for American inflation. We like to see inflation going down, as does everybody else in the world. The Japanese 10 is not going down. Oh, it's going down a little faster. How about that? So we could actually, so the in-carry trade is very much intact. I would not try selling the USD versus the yen right now, although I'm doing it. So because I've, again, missed a cue that I thought they were going to drop, that they were going to change, but they didn't. Not yet. We're still getting closer and closer, so the in-carry trade is still going on, not by much. You can gain, what, 2%? 1.8% on your money, which is really not a very good return. Oh, let's put this back to weekly or daily. And make sure this is daily. Yes, it's daily. So it's I wouldn't necessarily get into selling the expecting the yen carry trade to break down yet, because it's not happening. We still need some major corporations to start unwinding the yen carry trade before that's going to happen, or the Bank of Japan to raise our rates to like 3% overnight or something like that. That would be a big shock to these to the economic system. So with that, let's go to the euro versus the Great British Pound. Euro is perking up against the pound, but being held off right there at 86.46 for resistance. So it's not going to be going up much higher than that. DXY. 99.66, perking up a little bit on threats that if the MOU, the Memorandum of Understanding, does not lead to what President Trump wants to see, then we'll go back to bombing. And we're very good at that. So I think that'll be neat. Euro versus the dollar coming down. It's the inverse of the DXY, so it's coming down a little bit to 115.91, 92-ish. There's 92. So it's kind of lounging about around the 116 area, which it's been doing for a while. Pound versus the dollar down to 134. Swissy. 179 is coming down markedly on that. So it's coming down following resistance. So we're selling the Swissy right now, or so we're actually buying the Swissy and selling the dollar versus the Swissy. So that's might be an opportunity to get in there, although it looks like it's bringing it a big support right there at 79.30. I wouldn't trade anything until after 2:30 today, if you trade anything at all today. Remember, every day is not a trading opportunity. Every day, it's, even Stanley Druckenmiller even said something about it. So the hardest part is sitting around and waiting for the trade to develop. Pound versus the yen right here, 215, just under 215. Again, finding support at maybe. No, it hasn't. It's an bearish engulfing candle, so we could see that slide further. Euro versus the yen right here, 185.83. Isn't that delightful? It's coming down too versus the yen. Canadian versus the yen, 114.44, sliding a good bit off of that, but then that's also maybe because of the oil trade. NYMEX right here at 75.80, big drop in oil. Like to see that. Starting to find support at 75.82, and I'd like to see that come back down to the 60s. But we'll see what happens with that. But it's enough to give the British to give Britain a reprieve on inflation. And as soon as we have ships moving through the Straits of Hormuz again, the global oil markets will come down, and that'll be good. Dollar versus the CAD. Oh, look at that. Broke 140. So it's hanging around at 140.10. Might be an opportunity for a turnaround soon, although you may have to work to 141 now. I'm not sure what's going to happen with that. Again, it's not not my favorite currency to trade, although it is looking pretty smart right now. Looking mighty fine. Staying within these two Bollinger Bands, nice broad Bollinger Bands. We got some volume going in there too. That might be an opportunity right there. Maybe an opportunity I've missed too, because it's been in this range between these two Bollinger Bands for a long time, and it's starting to slow down. The rate is starting to slow down a little bit, so we'll see if that's if that would be the case. But it looks like your entry would have been back here at 137.90, right around in here. And then you would have had an emotional roller coaster every day that day on the 29th, and then a big surge the next day. So if you're going to trade the UCAD, you're going to have a lot of emotional roller coaster days. I don't know that that's the currency I would trade, especially not for prop firm challenges. Because if I think I've got a 3% daily loss on the current challenge, which is very tight, which means I'm going to have my trades better be good. Dollar versus the Aussie versus the dollar. I'm in this trade right now, and it is not working out as well as I wanted it to. At the same time, I'm staying with the trade because I do think it's going to go up, but we're not there yet. 70.61. Again, I'm not losing anything on the trade yet, but we'll see what happens. I expected it. It was a very good buy down here at 69, 68, 69, but it's we're up about 60 pips so far, but we don't have the full thing yet. So we're still waiting for that trade to develop or turn around, and I think it's going to develop, although it is we are dealing with weakness from China that I was not expecting before the trade came out. So with that, let's go ahead and get into gold. 43.22. Finding support at 43.22. Not an unusual place for it to find support. Found support back here at the same spot in March, the 24th of March, 26. So we are finding it is a place where gold has found support or resistance in the past. Found support here back in January. So we are looking for that to turn into resistance and possibly come back down again. So again, it depends on what's going on in the Middle East right now. That seems to be controlling everything. Platinum, 1787, again coming off. Palladium down 1.25%, also coming off. Silver down 69.82, also coming off. Let's see what happened to the software sector yesterday. The kind of mixed. IGV is down 1.4%. HubSpot down a bunch, down 3.21% or 173. Salesforce also down 173. Interesting. Those two companies are starting to, their rate of change is starting to mirror. That's very interesting on that. That could be an algo hangover of some sort. Intuit, which is one of my, I'm a customer of Intuit or QuickBooks, probably until I turn off my last company, and then I will not be a customer of Intuit. But we'll see what happens with that. GoDaddy, up 170. Adobe, up half a dollar. NVIDIA down 2.3%, again coming off of its highs of 235, coming back down with a quickness. Probably going to start seeing the AI trade start unwinding a little bit. Upwork down as it should be, 843. That is one of my, I detest Upwork. Let's put it that way. I fought like hell to get into the freelancer arena for years and years and years. I finally broke in, and then they pulled the rug out from under me. So I worked with them for about 12 years, and I detest Upwork. Electricity. This is where your electricity bill is going up, and more up. This doesn't change on a daily basis, but I do need to mention it a good bit. If you're considering saying data centers are a good thing, then you're going to expect your electricity bill to go through the roof, because we don't have the infrastructure to have the data centers become self-sustaining. I hear an argument saying, well, they just need to create their own energy. Well, they need a plant to create that energy, whether it be nuclear, coal, solar, whatever. Solar is not going to give you the reliability you need to run an entire data center. Nuclear is good, but it takes in the past, it's taken 30 years to build a commercial plant, and coal burning plants take at least 10 years to build. So the data centers becoming self-sustaining is a fantasy, and they're going to leach off of your electrical grid. And some states, like where I live, they don't have the electrical grid to support a data center, because Maine has no nuclear, no coal. It is all green energy. And that is not enough electricity to power an entire data center. So hopefully the powers that be in Maine will hear what I'm saying, and understand that their electrical power grid that they have now cannot sustain a data center. It is physically, the physics comes into play at some point. I don't care how you vote. I don't care how you argue. You can argue it all day long. But if the physics isn't there to back up your argument, then you have what's called a failed argument. So with that, that's all I got on that. So we'll go back to Forex. We have the DXY right here. That is about all I've got today. If you like this video, then hit the like button. If you want to see more of these videos, then subscribe to the channel, and YouTube will let you know when I make more or when I publish more. And lastly, if you want to do something different, oh yeah, if you want to talk to me directly, then hit me up in the comment section, and we'll go from there. So you guys have a great one. I will talk with you later. Bye.